As the U.S. election approaches its dramatic conclusion, one of the most pressing issues on the minds of voters is unfolding in real time. A caravan of over 2,000 migrants is making its way north from Mexico, intensifying the already heated debate over immigration. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump hold starkly contrasting views on how to handle the border crisis, and both are leveraging this moment to bolster their campaigns. Fearing a potential return of Donald Trump to the White House, many migrants are rushing toward the United States, hoping to gain entry before any possible reprisals from a second Trump administration. This situation is becoming increasingly urgent as we track the large caravan heading toward the U.S. border. In just 2 weeks, the United States will choose its next leader. While campaign rallies echo across the nation and candidates vie for votes, another group of people is racing toward the border, driven by desperation and hope. These migrants are fleeing from Mexico's southern edge, seeking a brighter future in the U.S. They anticipate a shift in political winds and are determined not to close the doors on their aspirations. One migrant expressed, "Whoever wins the U.S. election should not close the doors to us. They should give us the support we need because we are all going through a tough time. We are striving for a better future for our families who are back in Venezuela under a repressive regime." Their journey symbolizes the stakes of the upcoming election. Many of these individuals share the dream of a better life in America. One migrant stated, "I don't have the American dream. I just want a better life because I was denied my papers here in Tapachula." Vice President Kamala Harris finds herself in a precarious position. A frequent target of Republican criticism, she is viewed by some as part of the problem, especially given the record number of migrants crossing the border under President Biden's administration. Critics have charged that no person who has inflicted the violence and terror that Kamala Harris has inflicted on this community can ever be allowed to become the President of the United States. These sentiments highlight the growing frustrations among some Americans who feel that law enforcement is being undermined. There are claims that the U.S. is seen by some as occupied America, a place where a criminal force operates unchecked, leading to an environment where law enforcement feels threatened. Last December, a staggering 250,000 migrant encounters were reported at the U.S.-Mexico border. However, since the end of 2023, the monthly number of encounters has sharply declined, particularly among citizens from Mexico and the Northern Triangle countries of El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras. On the other side of the political spectrum, Donald Trump has articulated a clear and uncompromising message. He will stop illegal immigration at any cost. He has described many migrants as bad people who are taking jobs from Americans. Trump's campaign promises to revive travel bans on Muslim-majority countries and to militarize border enforcement have set the stage for a significant ideological clash as the election draws near. Trump's rhetoric includes accusations that Kamala Harris is directly responsible for the tens of thousands of crimes committed by illegal migrants. He claims she's responsible for every bloody crime scene, every funeral, every orphaned child. Blood is on her hands at a level that probably nobody's ever seen in this country before. According to him, November 5th will be a day of reckoning for Harris. As U.S. politicians battle over the future of immigration policy, a new leader watches from across the border. Claudia Sheinbaum, Mexico's recently inaugurated president, is navigating a complex political landscape. She bears the weight of her nation's political power while facing a 160% increase in migrant encounters this year. The pressure on her to act is immense. Sheinbaum acknowledges the grim reality that, today, the primary business for criminal groups in Mexico is not drugs or fentanyl. It is human trafficking. Criminal organizations are profiting from smuggling migrants from the southern border to the northern border. This situation has created a dire circumstance for those seeking refuge in the U.S. As the clock ticks down to the election, the stakes couldn't be higher for both Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. This election represents more than just a choice of leaders. It signifies a fundamental battle over the future of U.S. immigration policy. As November 5th approaches, one question looms larger than all others: who will ultimately shape the fate of this unfolding human crisis? For those seeking to understand the complexities of this election, Firstpost provides essential insights into how America chooses its president. Tune in to learn everything you need to know about the race to the White House and its global implications. Stay informed with U.S. Election Explained, airing every Monday and Thursday, exclusively on Firstpost.